To understand why a prescription protocol for the University of Minnesota's dental school is newsworthy, it's best to start with this.
The opioid crisis is the largest healthcare crisis of our time.
Dr. Harold Tu says for a long time he didn't know what he could do personally about the crisis until he attended a rally in Washington, D.C. in 2014, held by an organization called Fed Up, which advocates for a national response to the opioid epidemic.
And at that rally, I had said to my wife, I said, my goodness, these are pictures of patients of mine. 4 out of 5 heroin users start with pain pills. And who provides those prescriptions? Us doctors.
It's something I think about all the time.
Dr. Angie Rake, a fellow dental surgeon, had her own reasons for taking an interest in the topic.
My younger brother, who at the age of 26 was diagnosed with cancer and went through treatment and was prescribed Percocet, which is a opioid, and became physically dependent.
Though her brother beat cancer, he never recovered from addiction.
The last I heard, he's still living on the streets, year number 19, going on 19 as a heroin addict.
With her brother in mind, Dr. Rake became one of the first dental surgeons to embrace the new protocol designed by Dr. Tu. It relies on non-steroidal painkillers like Advil and Tylenol, which are often just as effective as opioids in treating pain from routine dental surgeries. But this is not just a recommendation.
What we've done here is take that one step further and actually mandate that that would be the first drug of choice, so to speak.
Opioids still remain an option, but a prescription must include an explanation and documentation.
It's done differently. It's done with patient education and with a consent, with them knowing potential risks of abusing opioids.
According to the CDC, the amount of opioids prescribed has been falling since 2010, but there's still a long way to go. There are still 3 times more prescriptions today than in 1999.
And the goal really is to move the needle and to improve patient care.
And after more than a year, that seems to be happening. Both doctors report a 60% drop in opioid prescriptions, and patients are not reporting any discernible difference in pain.
So it's been very, very positive.
It's also been making other professionals take notice, and these two say that's exactly the point.
As dentists and physicians, we bear a major responsibility, but more importantly, I think we have an obligation to be part of the solution.
Now you might be wondering, why start with the dental school? Well, dentists and dental surgeons are the #1 prescriber of opioids to people between the ages of 10 and 19 years old. And as you might have mentioned, on the developing brain, that's the age range where people are most susceptible to addiction.
And the other prescriptions or the other medicines are working well enough? They don't need those pain prescriptions?
At least from what they've been able to tell. They've been monitoring patients. They haven't seen a big spike in anyone coming back seeking more pain relief and other things like that.
You know what, it seems simple, but you have to start somewhere. And thank goodness someone's taking a step, because as we've been reporting, this is just such a devastating problem in our country right now. So any little thing that we can do is such a good thing.
And 75% of people who do become addicted, they get that first taste again at the doctor's office through a regular prescription.
All right,
Interesting
thank you, Ken.
story. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah.